Also, I'd like to welcome the two new reps. Welcome aboard, Ms. Kalari and Ms. Farrow. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, and it's nice to see you. Looking here too, I was asked to share this information from Ramapo. Eddie DeLue, one of our students, attended the Governor's School in Engineering over the summer. His research team's paper will be published, and the paper accepted into MIT Undergraduate Research Technology Conference. Very impressive. He will be presenting in October. So congratulations, Eddie, and your team. So that's all positive. Just looking back, I can tell you that although I was missing in action for a little bit, I was not totally disconnected. I did have multiple conversations and continue to have my conversations with administration and teachers' representation and hearing some of the things from students. Yes, it's been very difficult. It was very difficult for me to watch some of those YouTube meetings over the past few weeks. And unfortunately, that's where we are. Excuse me. We're not all on the same track. But I do want to remind people, and I've said this multiple times, we look at the curriculum, and I always say things are not etched in stone. So we look at the curriculum that was passed. We're going to continue to look at it, I don't say on a daily basis, but weekly. We will have meetings. If anybody has any concerns, the first thing as a parent that you have, anything pops up, reach out to the teacher first, and we will try to resolve any issues. So the goal that I'm trying to, or the objective here, is for us to all take the time to listen to each other, understand the concerns, and at some point, let's work together and have a consensus of what we're doing as the Flow community. So I thank you, and I hope that we can work in that direction. Thank you so much.
Mr. Lamb, Business Administrator's report.
Before my report, just want to check, do the student representatives have a report for tonight?
Oh, good. Yeah.
I do apologize. First time I'm doing this in this chair, so, but who would like to go first? I do apologize.
I can go first. So, hi everybody. Most people call me Lizzie, and I'm the Board of Ed rep for Ramapo. I play both basketball, track, and field. I do mostly the field part, though, not the track part. And I'm in student government, NHS, and TNT. And I'm really excited to tell you all the great things that are happening at Ramapo this year. So I'm first going to start off with sports. It's actually, I don't want to jinx anything with our sports, but actually 6 of our teams right now are undefeated. So don't want to jinx it, though. So football is 2-0. For our first home game, we had a USA out, and it was really great to see the fan section back. And then our next game is going to be Friday, and it's going to be a Hawaiian out. Boys soccer is 2-0, and their next game is going to be against our rivals, Northern Highlands. Girls soccer is also 2-0, and tomorrow we have a home game against Highlands, and it's going to be a blackout. For volleyball, they just had their first regular season game today, so they're now 0-1, and last weekend they won the silver bracket at Paramus tournament. Cross country, Alex Horgan was Pod 2 winner at the season opener, and their next meet is going to be Saturday. Girls tennis had a game today, so they are now 3-0. For clubs, a lot of clubs are starting to have their first meetings, like Mock Trial, Rampage, Mountain Biking, Dance Team, Art Club, Photography, Film, SAD, and Gold Mask, who's getting ready for their fall play. Underclassmen photos were last Friday, and senior retakes are happening now, so you can make an appointment for a retake. Back to school night's going to be September 30th. Mr. Argento is visiting gym classes to meet with the freshmen to welcome them and review the student handbook and help them with any Schoology issues. Want to give a shout out to Miss Lambrix, our principal secretary, who's retiring very soon. She did a lot for student government, including making sure we had cookies at all of our meetings, so we're all going to really miss her. And for student government, we have our Spirit Week this week in preparation for our outside pep rally on Friday. We're also selling phone pockets for your IDs. They cost $5, and it helps you not lose your ID. It's very helpful for me, because we're also having a club fair on September 22nd. And last Friday, we honored 9/11 in the morning announcements and on Schoology and in our history classes. And I just lastly want to say how great our school year has started, and I'm so happy to be back in the building seeing all my friends and teachers in person. Thank you.
So Renee Kalahari, Indian Hills.
So my name is Renee Kalari. I am the Indian Hills Board of Ed representative. My hobbies include playing classic rock music, working in the NHS and Interact clubs, and also hosting the Love Letters Club, which we do fundraisers for the school. So just so you all know, me and Lizzie have been besties since elementary school, so we plan on unionizing these schools tonight. So first up at Indian Hills, we have the Academic Decathlon team. ACDAC is hosting their first meeting on Wednesday. This team last year collectively brought home over 20 plus medals over the competition and placed second overall in nationals. So we plan to do the same this year, and we hope to see a good turnout. Our fantastic turnout for our first football game did happen. That was last Friday. The student section was alive again and overjoyed to celebrate our first home game of the year, especially since COVID restricted student attendance. So we're very happy to see some familiar faces and cheer on our team. So then next up we have the Indian Hills Interact Club, our September happenings. So we have our return to school. Interact will be holding its first in-person meeting for service on Tuesday, September 14th, starting at 3 p.m. in the Little Theater. Interact members are encouraged to bring a healthy cereal box or oatmeal to the meeting to be donated to local food pantries. Interact members can also help prepare for Wyckoff Day crafts and games. They will have sign-ups in September for the events. So then we have the Healthy Cereal Collection for the month of September. Interact members can bring a healthy cereal box to meetings for donation to local food pantries. They'll be collecting the cereal boxes all throughout September, so please bring them to all Thursday meetings. We also have a food and toiletry collection going on. We continue to collect food bags and toiletry items that are donated to the Paunch, Church, and Ridgecrest food pantries. We would like to thank everyone that supported the collections last year and look forward to your continued contributions and support. We also have Wyckoff Day, which is going to be September 18th. Interact volunteers are needed to assist with the arts and crafts table and games for Wyckoff Day to be held at the Wyckoff YMCA. Volunteers are also needed to help set up and other activities at the event. Volunteers can sign up at Tuesday, September 14th, inside the meeting. Then we have our service fair going on at Indian Hills. That is going to be September 28th. We will be hosting a service fair in conjunction with the Indian Hills Guidance Department on Tuesday, September 28th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Students will be able to meet local service agencies and find out about different volunteer opportunities around the Flow District. Thank you.
Thank you. And as always, the student reps at any time, if you feel the need, because our meetings do rather tend to be long, if you need to leave, because you have school tomorrow, then by all means, you can leave. Anyway, so let's move on. Business Administrator's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Budo. Just briefly, our building projects that we worked on over the summer all got completed for the opening of school. The only items left on them were just punch list items, but they're all, everything is functional. Partial roof replacements, window replacements throughout Indian Hills High School, bathroom renovations at Ramapo, and some rooftop units. So thank you to our facilities and custodial staff, especially Mr. Agu and our two foremen, Jeff and Paul, and all the staff. We appreciate your hard work. Opening of schools went well from the business administrator's office point of view. We are aware of a few problems with the busing routes, and unfortunately, like all of the workforce, there is a shortage of bus drivers. So our vendor first student had a shortage of drivers, and they did not have enough of buses show up the first day. That caused some problems for parents and students. But we were aware of this. We found out about the situation, and we're doing our best, and we're working through traffic issues as well. So we have received your feedback, and we are aware of it, and we are working on an ESA program. I'll let Ms. King explain that during her facilities report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lamb. Okay, so we're going to go into public discussion of agenda and non-agenda items. Please limit your time to 3 minutes and be conscientious of your time. Let's be civil. Board members, please refrain from all comments during the public session and follow Robert's rules. Further, the board will not be answering questions directly. We will be taking notes, and if we have an answer, they will be offered at the end of the public session, or one of us will get back to you as soon as possible. So please state your name and town. So can I get a motion to open up to public discussion?
Point of order. I know that I had a question, John, maybe you could help me answer it. Sorry. Just a quick question, John. I know there's some changes to the agenda. Do you want to communicate that, or we just do it during the session that we're doing the agenda?
Okay, since we haven't opened up to the public yet, I could certainly make mention of it.
Thank you.
So Mr. Rosica has requested that the board table policies 1642, 1643, and 8810. So those three are, as long as we get the majority of the board to agree with that, those three policies will be tabled. And they are on the agenda. I will pull them out as items that we can table when I pull up the full report. I'm sorry?
Thank you.
What are those items to be tabled?
Yeah, policy 1642, 1643, and 8810. Would you like to?
They are PO1, PO2.
Yeah, out of PO1, here. Let me just get the...
One. Oh, okay. 1642 and 1643 weren't posted. They're posted on the agenda, but no, I don't think they ever went out to public. So those have to do with new regulations for Family Leave Act and sick days and things like that. So those are two areas that really pertain to the bargaining agreement and contracts for our staff. And I didn't want to move forward with that until we had a good opportunity to sit down with representation from those associations to make sure we're all on the same page and we're not out of compliance with the bargaining agreement. So those are the two. The third one, excuse me, the third one is 8810, which speaks of religious holidays. There have been some updates. I think the last update was January 2020. That goes back to another policy, 2270, that actually incorporates the religious holidays, but we still have some questions, so we want to make sure that we're all clear on that. So those are the three, 1642 and 1643, related to, again, sick days, Family Leave Act and such, and then 8810. The two that remain on the agenda will be the masking policy and also administration of medical cannabis. Okay? Thank you.
And just to be clear, the PO1 includes 4 policies. So what we'll probably have to do is pull earned sick leave and family leave 1642 and 1643 out of PO1, table those first, which I'll do when we get to action items. So we'll do that first, and then we'll table PO2 so that everyone is understanding.
Thank you, John.
Okay. Okay, so now that we cleared that up, and thank you for bringing that to my attention, it's a good idea we did that before the public spoke. Can I get a motion to open the public discussion? So you have John Carolyn and Judy. Okay, Mr. Lamb, you ready?
Roll call. Mr. Carolyn?
Yes.
Ms. Fortunato? Mr. Kinney? Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Koulikortis? Mr. Seducato?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan? Mr. Buda?
Yes.